I apologize if I butchered that, but about chapter 1, I love cheesy. It's just that I got stuck together like with the button. Is like, how often does that happen? You just dump your kid. They're basically family. Why Yu-chan comes in and, you know, cuts Kuro's hair. We believe he protected her. I believe he protected her. The kiss. The kiss. Hi cuties, welcome to the very first video review about Defying Kurosaki-Kun. I apologize if I butchered that, but hello, I don't speak, is it Japanese? I'm guessing this is Japanese, okay? Please don't come at me. I am getting into manga, anime, comics. I don't know what's happened, but yes, that's what we're going to talk about today, as you can see in the thumbnail. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Kristina, and on this channel, I share my thoughts, you know, reacting and interacting. That's the slogan here. Reacting and interacting and trying to find my vibe tribe. That's the goal of this channel. Away from my separate channel, my main channel, which is about vlogs and days in my life. Anywho, I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed. So subscribe already, because we're going to be talking about this series of comics a lot in this channel. So quick story now. I started reading because I'm like, autumn makes me want to read. It makes me want to get all, you know, all cozied up and bundled up. So I started reading and listening to Emily Henry's funny story ebook. Anywho, scrolling on the ebook app, and I'm like, oh, comics, that's so fun. Let's look into it. My journey with comics, my first ever comic was Archie's comic. Like, it was like a tiny A7 comic, and I fell in love with the trio there. Archie, Veronica, and Betty. You know, it's like that whole love thing, triangle they had going on there. Fast forward a few years, I had some comics about X-Men. I fell in love with Rogue. Ugh, questioning my sexuality even back then. Just kidding. But she's hot. She was hot back then, and she's hot now. Anywho, I downloaded this app like a few weeks ago, started listening to Funny Story, saw this comic thing like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, oh, let's go through it. The first thing I read, please don't judge me. Please don't judge me. The first comic I read was Boss Kitten. I didn't really get the title, and I was like, I'm blushing right now. Honestly, I'm blushing right now. I was like, what did I just obsessively read through? Four books before bedtime, and it was very late. I was like, what did I just read? I was obsessed. It was all grown-uppy. It was weird and funny and steamy, but I loved it. So comment down below, have you read Boss Kitten? Anyway, back to this. So what we're going to talk about is my thoughts about book number 1, chapter 1, because I don't have the time to go on like for hours here. So the goal is to keep this video less than 10 minutes. So my thoughts so far about chapter 1, which is the White Prince and the Black Devil. And when I read that, I was like, what is that? You know, what is that? I'm not used to comics referring themselves, or like people in general, you know, calling themselves that. So the first page, I'm like, why call it White Prince and Black Devil? That is so cheesy, but we love cheesy. It's just that I haven't been cheesy in a long time. My cheesy has been The Sims 4 in a long time, but comics has been a while. I didn't even know what I just said now, but you get it. And I haven't been feeling for like high school things in a long time. So I don't know why this has got me, because I'm way older than a teenager. I don't know what's happening. Even like on Netflix and series, it's like, no, I'm not there. I'm not there. It's like, show me real adult stuff. And maybe that's why Boss Kitten got my attention straight away. Because, you know, work, adults, blah, blah, blah. So, we're going to scroll past a few things here. And like, you know, Yu-chan, excuse me if I'm pronouncing their names wrong. You know, I don't really get the whole intro of this. You know, she likes Shira. I'll just call him Shira. And this got me, I was like, I need to get back into understanding comics, and these comics, you read them from right to left, and how you read comics from other countries, obviously. So we're going to scroll to the parts where I think is like really interesting. I thought it was interesting that Kuro and Yu-chan, like they got stuck together like with the button. Is like, how often does that happen? And please don't come at me, this is just my thoughts. I think it's cute, but it's like, how often does that happen? So her hair gets stuck on his button, awkward there, and he's just rude. I was like, my first reaction was like, what is going on here? So this is like the third time I'm going through the comic here, so I remember what I'm saying. And then what's his name? Shira, I'll call him Shira. He leans forward, or Takumi leans forward and he's like getting all close in Yu-chan's face, and she's like, oh, the White Prince. So let's scroll forward and we get a bit of backstory on Kiru, and we get a backstory on Yu-chan's parents. And how often does this happen, that you just dump your kid? You dump your teenage kid so your parents can go somewhere else, and Yu-chan is all left alone at the dorms to go around and learn it herself. I mean, how often that happens? You know, it's like Yu-chan could end up like in a really bad place. It's like she could be kidnapped here. I know I'm just being so for real. It's just, you know, this is fantasy. We get that, but it's like I question it, obviously, and I know I'm not alone. And what are the chances that that she's trying to find the dorm and Takumi is there? So they go there together. And then this was very interesting. It took me a while to understand what happened here. When Kuro comes out and he's upset with another guy here about spitting gum. And what I didn't get, like, I mean, we all like different looks of manga. I will get into it, but I mean, I think Kuro is freakishly tall and his limbs are freakishly long. I didn't like it at the beginning, but I'm getting used to it, because this here, when he's stepping on the other guy here with his foot, I was like, is that his arm connected to his leg there, but it's his elbow leaning on his knee here? And I really didn't get the aggression in this scene here where the Black Devil and the White Prince, you know, the Black Devil is pushing the White Prince against like a wall or something, and it's like, they're friends, they're basically family. Why is Kuro so angry? Why is he so angry? But I'm loving it. Trust me, I'm not complaining, I'm just questioning and sharing my thoughts. And this was so unexpected, and I thought this was so brave. But if you look at Shira's face here, he's like really hurting. Kuro's really pushing up against him here, and this is where Yu-chan comes in and, you know, cuts Kuro's hair, which I thought was amazing, which I thought was like so baddie. Yes, you do it. It's like, stop it now it's got, you know. I love the drawings, the eyes. I really love the eyes in the comics. Like, the eyes speak so much emotion. Really give that an A+ here. It's like, wow, 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 chef's kiss. It's eaten with the eyes. And maybe it's a translation thing, because I'm reading this obviously in English. And it's like, she's going to pay for this. She's going to pay for this. Oh my goodness. But interesting dynamic between Kuro and Takumi. Very interesting. I don't know what I want to call Takumi. It's like, how do you pronounce names in Japan? It's like Yu-chan, Akabane, right? Akabane. Like, is Yu-chan her first name and Akabane her surname? And it's like Akabane-san. What does san represent? And what does kun represent? Is that like girl or boy? Right down below. Oh, this is manga. Sorry, this is manga. I see it here now. So we're still scrolling here, and we get a bit of backstory about Yu-chan, that she gave herself a major makeover because she was so shy and timid, and now she's blonde and she wears a lot of makeup. But it's a comic, you don't see that she wears a lot of makeup. They're at school, and there's another guy hitting on another girl, and Yu-chan comes in and defends her. And this is also like, does this really happen in real life? No, maybe not. And then this guy that's hitting on the other girl, he was going to attack Yu-chan, and then Kuro comes in and just blaming him on that they're in the way. But honestly, do we believe that he protected Yu-chan here? Comment down below. Do we believe he protected her? I believe he protected her. Even though he's like to say, like, you guys are just in the way, I'm not protecting her. But this scene, oh my goodness, this was like, why did he put his leg up? Why did Kuro put his leg up? For what? And this is where I was like, I didn't really like the longness of the leg and everything, but I'm getting used to it. I love the anime of the faces. The faces are top tier. The leg here, and they're getting really close. Oh, I gotta stop this video now. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I just love this so much. The dialogue they have in between them, the eyes, love it. And he gets really close here. But the kiss, what just happened? It's like eyes are so wide open here. His eyes are like very triggered and focused, and her eyes are like shocked. And it was a punishment. It was a punishment for... Is a kiss a punishment? Comment down below. Is a kiss a punishment? So he kissed her because she cut his hair and going against the dorm leader. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I gotta end it now. And he says here, yeah, me be the slave, the devil's slave, or my high school year is gonna be a living hell. It's like, OMG, OMG. You see, this also, from now I demand absolute obedience from you. So he kissed her and he says, it's like, who says that? Whichever teenager says you have to obey me and you're my slave. It is cringe, but I love it. I'm all here for it, okay? It gives me the giggles, it does. It is like, it makes me intrigued to know more. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below. Sorry about the messy rant, but this is the first chapter that we're talking about here, and I promise I will get better at explaining, and we will continue with chapter 2, a devil of a punishment, in the next video. Subscribe, because we're going to do every chapter, every book, and final thoughts. I'm excited. Take care, everyone. Peace. Subscribe. Peace.